guys want to get some coffee or something?
Can I get a cup of coffee? Black? Can't you see we talking? White?
Even little kids in Mexico drink coffee.
Well, I'm not a little kid in Mexico, okay?
That is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
You want a cup of coffee?
No coffee.
Coffee drinker, huh?
Maybe we could grab some coffee?
Coffee, 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 coffee.
God damn, Jimmy. That's some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us.
Yummy coffee. Good morning, everyone. First person in the house today was Penny. Good morning, Penny. Followed by Anima Confusa, who is here. Krampus Jeebus. Good morning. D. Bud Martin. Real Wade Nation. And, of course, the Dork Knight. And I need to talk to you, Danny, about the times again, because there's a lot been put into my head over the last few days regarding scheduling videos and all the shit that's got to be done before we go to KGRA. And we will be going to KGRA the moment we are actually physically prepared to go. All shows. So it's going to be interesting. I will say that it looks like our schedule is going to change the way that Bill put it to me. Our shows, at least on Friday, Saturday, are going to be 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 to 3 Central, 12 to 2 Mountain, and 11 to 1, 11 in the morning till 1 Pacific Time.
That's for TGIF?
TGIF and for Saturday Morning Fun Time. But I'm going to, once again, I'm going to go over this. And I think you're saying the same thing with Dork Side of the Ring. So, and so to the point where I'm not sure if they're going to do it live, of which Joe would end up being like a half hour late, or if they're going to record and release. So catch and release. I don't know. I think we're all due for another meeting. That's cool, Dork. I'm glad you're super excited. I am too. This is what I look like when I'm super excited. John and I are both pretty much creatures of the same thing. We just don't really show emotions when we're excited.
Oh, you do.
Well, if you get to know me, you'll see
Yeah.
it. You'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll see a glint in my eye, a little twinkle. But in reality, for years, people have like said, they'll go, "What's wrong with you?" I'll go, "Man, I'm super stoked right now." It's very deadpan. I'm like, I don't know why I don't show it the way you do. Sweet. I'm going to have to work from 1 to 9:30 soon. 1 in the afternoon, or 1 in the morning till 9:30.
That would be a fucked up shift.
Well, graveyard. It's always weird.
Aw.
Oh, no worries about it, dude. No, don't worry about it, Wade. Not a problem. I think we understood. You understood what I was explaining to you. And I got to tell you, at 4 o'clock this morning, I got up to take a piss and sat down on the side of the bed, getting my CPAP ready to lie down. And I hear bloop, bloop on Facebook Messenger. And there's Mikey Sutton, Andre, and Keith live. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I jumped on there and got into a conversation with them. And it was a very therapeutic conversation. And Wade, you can guess what we were talking about. I'm not going to say it, but we were talking about it last night. and I was not happy in the early days of Mikey Sutton because, as you guys remember, we introduced Mikey Sutton to YouTube. We Keith and I brought him on, and helped introduce Geekosity magazine, and but he had another person that was working with him that Keith and I didn't like that he was working with because we knew this person's reputation. And I tried warning him from day one personally. I was talking to Baum, who is Mikey Sutton's manager. And I'm like, Baum, this dude's he's gonna bite Mikey's hand. He's gonna hurt him. Mikey is a nice guy, and it will hurt him when it happens. But Mikey's gonna do what Mikey's gonna do, and so he learned, because that day came. And the day came about. Good morning, Comic Relief Crusader. The day came because of jealousy between this person at Midnight's Edge. Because of echoing. Hello. I have a sexy voice.
What was that?
That's you. We came from the street. I saw it moving when I was talking.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Mikey got burned by this guy really bad. And I referred to, look, I think this person is clearly a sociopath, a narcissist. Narcissism and sociopathy run hand in hand. And what he does is he does this thing where he tries to gaslight people, and try to convince them of what he actually said or did. And that's not what he said or did. And somewhere in his own mind, because of his problems, he actually really believes these things. And he believes that he is being tortured and crucified by everyone around him. He actually believes that in his mind. I believe he believes that. And so I've always said, steer clear of this guy. I want nothing to do with him.
I believe I referred to this person as hot garbage.
Well, it's true, but at the same time, I recognize mental illness when I see it, and I believe there's absolutely serious mental illness going on here with this person. There are videos about this person out there talking about his first fall from grace back in, 17 or 18? I think it was 2018. He had his first fall from grace. And I saw those videos and I'm like, whoa, this guy. And then I'm like, oh, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. I want nothing. And like I said, Mikey Sutton saw him as a kindred animal, because Mikey is like really this sweet, nice guy. And he does this thing, which is common with really nice people. It's called transference, where you just assume because you're really being nice that they're nice. And this person is very receptive when they're going to get something. They're very receptive and they come off that way. But very soon, the veneer breaks away and you begin to see reality. And Krampus knows who I'm talking about. And
everybody knows.
I'm not, and you'll notice one thing I'll never do. I'll never criticize him over what he does, his content. I won't criticize him over that stuff. What I'm saying is there's something wrong with him. And I want nothing to do with him. And I advise anybody I know, stay clear of this guy, because he will try to do damage to you. And that's what happened. He attacked Mikey Sutton because he dared to go on Midnight's Edge. And, there's this hatred, not towards Midnight's Edge. It's hatred between this person and a specific person over at Midnight's Edge. And also a fixation with Mikey and with Andre. He has some weird psychopathy going on where he has this fantasy of Mikey and Andre. It's weird. It's just weird. And but we had a really good heart-to-heart last night at 4:00 in the fucking morning. And I will not, I'm not going to repeat it, what any of them said. I'm only saying what I said. I've always, and I made it clear. I told Mikey, I said, yeah, I warned you. I warned you right off the bat. Keith also tried to warn him, but I directly warned him. And I also indirectly warned him through his manager, Baum. I said, Baum, you've got to make it clear to him. Watch out. Mikey's going to do what Mikey's going to do. Mikey learned from it. And I feel bad that he had to go through that, though. I mean, anybody that has to go through that, because it's a form of gaslighting where, Mikey was being made to think it was his fault. And I know he was. I know that's that guy's MO is. He makes it sound like you're doing something. You're hurting him. You're hurting me, he says to them. That's called gaslighting. And if you haven't had somebody do that to you before, you don't want it. I'm going to tell you, I've had people do that shit to me and had me questioning my own reality. And when you get with someone who's really manipulative, emotionally and psychologically manipulative, and he is the kind of person that does this with everyone, not just the people he's having an intimate relationship with, but everybody. He does it with them.
Grandpa's a grifter, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him a grifter. Because, once again, I'm not going to criticize anybody's work because that's where they make their money. I think it's inappropriate, and that's how you get sued. I can say anything I personally think about him personally, on a personal level, how I interpret his actions. No, we've talked about that, Dorknet. Yeah, your ex. Yeah. Gaslighting is a scary thing. It's because it makes you question your reality. And you begin to have self-doubt. Like, did I do that? And it makes you also gun shy. You can become very emotionally gun shy around people. And it took me a while to get out of the shell when it was done to me, to where I could be around women again. Because, Tracy, Zoe's mother, did that shit to me. Absolutely did that. And gaslit the shit out of me. I wrench for Andre and Tom. Love him. Absolutely. Tom knows. I told Mikey last night, man, I will die on a hill for a friend. I'll fucking do it. I will defend them to the hilt until it's destroying me, because I'm loyal to people. I have an absolute sense of loyalty to people. I've been thrown under the bus by close friends. I don't think they wanted to. They just got scared. I'm not scared of what's going to happen. I'm really not. Who cares?
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joe's here. Joe, you're more than welcome to join us, you old salty son of a bitch. But that is the quietest cough I've ever seen, John. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Hey, it works.
Somebody please hit that.
I was nice enough to hit mute, so
Yeah, and it makes me feel bad because I forget it because I'm so used to coughing that
when I do it,
I
I do this right before I cough. I go, and then I come back because I don't want to see have people see me choking to death. Also, when I blow my nose, I will shut off the camera. I'm a Gerry minus his jokes. Yeah. That's how since I was a kid, my sister wrote this interesting poem where she got one thing about me right, which is I use humor to get through things. I use humor to get over things. And I use humor to get past things. And my humor comes from damage because I grew up in just a horrific home. And a lot of drug and alcohol abuse in that house. A lot of people threatening to kill each other. Never me. I was the sweet kid. I was always trying to make peace. Oh, come on, everybody love each other. I was a fucking hippie, and I didn't even know it. Well, not really a hippie because I bathed. If you know anything about real hippies, they're fucking gross. Yeah, I dig. Yeah, no, I would never say that. I love Tom. I love Tom. I love Andre too, but I have a friendship with Tom, and Tom has helped me a couple of times get through some stuff here, deal with things. And, I'm very loyal to my friends. So, and the joke is Pop Culture Minefield is also known as Midnight's Edge Jr. Andre says, I need to start wearing more condoms.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I know that, Danny. Jesus Christ. Being at home was fine. Going to school was like war. Rival school gangs trying to kill me. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, we are 16 minutes into the show. And I guess we can eventually start talking about this. What is this show that we're watching, 1899?
I still haven't figured out what it is.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, 1899 has an interesting introduction for episode 3. Episode 3 is just so weird. Excuse me. Oh, man. Coffee burps.
They packed so much into that episode.
The first seconds of the episode is where we see something. We're underwater looking upward. I remember this. And we see something get dropped into the water, and we discover the young
Ling Yi.
Chinese girl, pretending to be Japanese, is in a caged container box. Yeah, it's been dropped into the ocean, and she's trying to get out. She can't get out. She's drowning. And then suddenly we go into her eye and we come out and she's lying there in her bed. And
every episode starts like that.
Yeah, it's like, is this a memory? And I think it is. I think it's a memory because they've gone through this before. And to be honest with you, I question. And now Martine knows the answer. I don't know it yet. We haven't gotten to the end yet. But I'm questioning, is this something they've been through maybe multiple times? And not just like, because we've learned now through the series that, and this is the episode where he finds the captain's log and the ship's complement, right?
Yeah. That's the one.
This is the episode where we learn that there's something going on that's either psychological or it's electronic.
I was hoping we'd do both episodes because, man, the end of episode 4 is fun.
Look, you can do both episodes if you want to. I'm just, I've hit that point where, I don't. If we go over on one episode, what are you going to do? Wrap it up real quickly. So I just don't want to rush and miss anything because you do really insane notes. Your notes make me worry about you.
No, it's just episode 3 because so much is happening.
Imagine the notebook that she has on you.
Oh shit, Martin's back.
I don't want to miss anything that turns out to be important later. So
yeah, so okay, episode 3 is the episode that we're on right now. And like I said, she's dropped into the ocean, and suddenly we go into her eye and we come out her eye again, and she's now lying down in bed in her room, her cabin,
staring at a kimono that has an upside down triangle symbol on
upside down triangle.
Yeah.
Once again, this, just like the previous show, symbolism is all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And I believe what we've got going on here is a virtual world. I believe that's a virtual world. I think it's given away in the name of the ship, being that of Cerberus, which is, if you know your internet history, that is.
We get evidence of it being a virtual world.
Yeah,
there's very very obvious hint to that in this.
So
episode.
let's go into scene one. Let's go into scene one. Go ahead, Anima.
Yeah, she gets dressed and goes to meet her mom and Mrs. Wilson in the dining room, who are making plans for her. And after Mrs. Wilson leaves, her mom tells her she regrets coming on the ship and this is all a mistake. And yeah, it's again the weird shit that Mrs. Wilson seems to. What? I'm not German. Fuck you.
It's her Austrian efficiency.
Yeah. Also, I'm not efficient.
What could you say? Like something like Germans, Austrians, they all taste like chicken.
What the heck?
That went dark.
Yeah, I'm not going there. You can join as long as you don't derail from the show, buddy. You're welcome to. Anybody want to send him an invite?
I'm on it.
All right. So keep going, hon. You allowed D. Bud Martin to. I know she speaks German, but she's not German.
Yeah, I speak Austrian German. You know that tickles me. That tickles me. And Martin pulled up that comment, so I'm not even reading the chat, but Martin highlighted it, and that always tickles me. You know that, and people know that.
Oh
That's
my
why it's doing.
He's Gerry, not me.
Yeah, I'm the one doing it, honey. Don't blame Martin. I threw him up there.
I knew it was you, jerk. Stop being a dick.
It's what I do. It's who I am.
I know.
All right.
Why am I with this guy? Okay, anyway. Sometimes I need to remind myself I love him. Anyway, the doctor examines Ada, who died in the last episode. And since there's no sign of what could have killed her, he suggests a stroke or heart failure. And it's like, yeah, sometimes nature is like that. And Mara calls BS on that. She tells him, no, that can't be because I've met her days ago and she was fine. So something is wrong here. And the doctor, of course, talks her down because you're a woman. This is why women don't practice medicine, because your emotions cloud your judgment, and he's being an asshole. The captain orders to keep it a secret. So far, only, I think, 2 of his officers, Mara, the captain, and the doctor know that Ada is dead. And yeah, the ship, they notice the ship is slowing down. So they go on deck to check out what's happening. And they had to stop the engines because fog has dropped, a very thick fog, and they can't see. So they can't keep going. They need to wait for that to clear. The captain and Mara walk off because the captain wants to show her the ribbon that he found. And he tells her his story about the family that he lost and that this ribbon belongs to his daughter. And how is that possible? And that he's seeing things he saw his daughter Nina. And she tells him that everything we see and hear are electrical impulses that can be misinterpreted by the brain. After which he shows her the trapdoor and it's like, yeah, am I imagining that too? Because that's very real. And he suggests the company is hiding something because he should know that ship. He knows that ship. Yep. Like his pockets in his trousers, and he didn't know it was there. So what is that about? The officers continue talking about the captain making mistakes, and they're getting really nervous. So there's a mutiny coming up, clearly. And they try to... No, wait. The captain says he wants to go back for the logbook because whatever happened on the Prometheus, the captain must have written that down. So he needs to find the logbook, and Mara agrees to come with him. And when the officers try to talk him out of that, especially the first mate, the captain is not having it. He's still going. The underdeck people are worried because they can't find Ada, and they are angry because of the ship turning around, not going to New York, and nobody seems to care that one of them is missing. And yeah, they're getting very upset. We then cut to Lingy, who, as ordered, goes to Mrs. Wilson's cabin, and she has her undress and examines her, and is very surprised to find out that she's still a virgin because she's supposed to be one of her best girls, quote. And yeah, she tells Lingy, I caught your game. I know you're replacing somebody else. You're not who you're pretending to be. And Ling Yi goes to tell her mother, yeah, we're made. She knows. And her mom gets very angry and is basically like, yeah, I'm doing this to protect you, to give you a better life than I had, because she was a whore. I'm jumping back and forth in my notes because that's what is really difficult in this episode is it's a lot of scenes, very short scenes. So we jump back and forth between all these different people on the ship. It's kind of difficult to follow. Yeah, after the officers failed to talk sense into the captain and they set off to go over to the Prometheus, one of the officers opens a panel on the ship and there's 3 symbols. There's a red circle and right and left of it are pyramids, one upside down and one facing up. And he has a piece of paper that we saw earlier on come out of the telegraph with the pyramid symbols on it. And he enters that code. And we don't get to see why he does that. Captain and Mora on the boat are talking as they row over to the Prometheus. He thanks her for taking the boy in with her. And she's like, yeah, of course, he's lost everything. Somebody needs to be there. And when asked if she has children, she tells him her story. So they are getting to know each other. How she had a miscarriage and can't have kids anymore. And he asks her why she's so afraid to go back. And she says, because I've lost everything. I've nothing to go back to. John, are you leaving me completely alone on this?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
well.
there's an obvious relationship brewing between the two. You can tell that they've got feelings for each other of some sort. At least the beginning of them. Yeah,
well, she's the only one who understands him, who doesn't think he's crazy because of what he's been through, but she understands how this trauma has affected him.
Yeah.
Because the officers are just like, yeah, he's a madman and a drunk and he shouldn't be in charge. And she gets him sort of why he is like that. Has somebody else a cat in the background?
Yeah.
It's not. Those are not mine. Mine are behaving. Surprisingly.
Mine, one of mine.
It's loud.
Yeah, and it's in another room, so go figure.
Yeah, Ling Yi and her mom have this argument about Mrs. Wilson knowing and her mom just wanting to give her a better life. And Ling Yi gets very upset and runs off and hides in a box on deck. And she has a flashback to the girl that they killed. That makes her completely freak out and panic. And it's kind of similar to the opening where she has this nightmare dream where she's in a box and sinking. She's in a box again and sort of mixes those two up and completely freaks out. And that's when Oleg finds her. He hears the noises in the box and opens it. And they clearly they don't speak the same language, but they are still communicating. He tells her that he can help her hide because they hear her mom calling for her. So she's clearly on the run. And he takes her under deck to that opening in the side of the ship where they set the boat down and also where Daniel climbed onward. And he leaves her alone there to go get some food. And she has a vision because the fog creeps in and she walks into that fog. And suddenly she's back on a boat in China with a girl called Mei Mei who dies after drinking a tea that she has seen her mother use on men to make them sleep. And she just wanted the girl to be asleep. So
knock her out.
So she could take her place and go to England and on that boat instead of her.
Instead, she uses too much and it kills her.
Yep.
And so she panics, and her mom and her put the
they put her in a
Mei Mei's
box.
body in the box, and that's the box you see.
You see at the beginning of the
show.
episode. Yep. So, hey, I want to say hi to some more people that joined us.
Yeah, you haven't greeted the chat. Great.
Yeah, I greeted some of them. Got to Dork Knight and Comic Relief Crusader. I sent you an invite. Check your fucking messages. Joe's Atmosphere. Dork Knight, I think you got an invite too. You wanted to be invited and you're not here. Christopher Moonlight Production. And of course, just popping in, Decepticon's Cave of Villains is here. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday morning. We're past hump day. And Dragon Ruse is here. Good morning, Dragon. It is one of those mornings where I question, really, do we need Thursday? Can we not just go from hump day to Friday? Kind of like skip.
Well, then we're going to be able to talk about all the cool stuff on Fantastic Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Bush is here too. Bush McFadden. What's up, my friend?
Hi, Bush.
Oh, watch me whip, watch me May. Oh my God, I remember Zoe would do that, and I'm like, I really don't like this song, and I hate that dance. Watch me whip, watch me May.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm kind of glad.
It's an American thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, one of the many, many.
I think that wasn't it one of the Will Smith's kids started that shit? Watch me whip, watch me May. I can't remember. It's all stupid.
Look at this message just for you.
I train my dog to stop any kittens from biting my parts. That's a smart thing to do. If I'd had a dog, well, I don't know. They probably would have ended up in a fight right on my junk. So, nah, it wouldn't have ended well. It would have ended badly for Gerry. Of course.
I'm so sorry, Bush, that I couldn't protect you from the story yesterday. I was trying. There's no stopping Gerry from telling his messed up stories.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
So,
Krampus, you don't have hair.
What, Mike?
Krampus is so high that he thinks he has
I
hair.
can barely hear you, Michael. What's going on?
Really? I don't know. Gee, maybe you're just trying to pull my leg again. I don't know.
No, seriously, you sound muted.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like,
Because of that, you sound like John, so this is my punishment, so. I thought so too. So
It's nice when cats know how to play without their claws.
exactly.
It really is.
Yeah, sometimes they forget.
That's right. Bush was begging for that story.
Yeah.
And you'll actually have it in written form when we publish Earth Wars, Chapter 1. Transmission. Transmission, the 48-page graphic novel, trade paperback. It's 2 comics rolled into one.
Nice.
And in it, there's a story in there, and it's an absolute true story.
Go on.
No, I'm not doing it today. We're doing a show right now, Michael. But anyway, good to see you, man.
Yeah, well, good to be here.
Yeah. What's up with your microphone? Normally your microphone's really clear. Are you like in a new room or something?
Yeah, actually I am. I'm actually, believe it or not, in my shop.
Like workshop or
now.
Your store?
Like a store shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you Canadians use words differently than we do here in the States.
Yeah,
so when
potato,
Canadians say
potato,
shop, I'm not
potato,
sure what you mean.
Well, shop, store, depending on how you look at it, right? So I don't know. I think of a store as something you buy items from, and shop as in you come in for a particular service.
And for a shop with me is like if I was doing woodwork, I would refer to it as my shop.
Yeah, there you go. So no, things turned rather interesting with
in a good way
funding and stuff like that. Yeah, in a good way. So because as you know, just like you guys down there in the lovely United States, except for animal computer.
Yeah, America. We are Canadians' version of Mexico.
Yeah, there you go, right? What does that say about Mexico? Oh,
Mexico
my.
is America's Mexico.
I love you, Martin. No, anyway, with interest rates just skyrocketing everywhere, and obviously you guys in the States are obviously feeling the same thing. By the time the money was raised, I would have had to end up paying essentially double for that mortgage that I was going for with that program, right?
Right.
So, and as you know, we ended up moving into our son's basement apartment. So what ended up happening is here in town where I'm at, there was a store that was vacant for quite a few months. And there was a 75-year-old guy that owns a garage here in town that basically owns the entire building. And when the town was founded, like over 100 years ago, this used to be the undertaker's place. And upstairs they would, embalm the bodies, bring them downstairs where, the actual shop is now, and, do their thing, right? So
Right.
What ended up happening, this was vacant for a few months. There was a store that ended up leaving. Nobody was in here. And so my wife was like, as we were passing by, wouldn't it be cool if we could have our own shop? Because my wife's a photographer. And as you guys know, I'm a graphic designer and whatnot. And I thought, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Try not to be depressed about the whole freaking situation going on and whatnot.
Right.
So my wife just happens to give the guy a call. And he says, well, the place is $1,000 a month, which my wife and I split 50-50 basically. I don't want a damage deposit. You don't have to pay for the, the gas, the heating bill, because, he has work to do upstairs. There's a leak going up in the roof and blah, 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 and he wants to fix it up. Just pay for the electricity, what little you use, and that's it, right? No damage deposit, nothing. So right now, for, a little over a month now, we have a shop. So we've renovated the place, with what little money we had that we raised, because there was no point in getting a house, because otherwise I'd be paying probably over $2,000 a month for a mortgage, where I only had to pay like maybe $900. So we took it as an investment, renovated the place a little bit, just very Spartan-like. My wife now has a stage that I already had built in the place that we were at for 8 years. And she's been getting clients coming in. I've been getting clients coming in, wanting work done. And so far, it seems like 2022 is ending on a good note.
Good.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So right now, I got a animation that I got to finish for a guy in Burbank, California. I got a board game that I got to design for a guy here in town. I got.
See you, Chris.
Man, I got things going on. Exactly. So
good news, man. Good news. Chris is dipping out, so we'll see you later, buddy.
Bye, Chris.
I don't know what's
Bye, Chris.
going on with Dork. I sent him an invite, and he wanted to come in, and he's not shown up yet. So
I sent him one too. So
let me go check, see if he responded to my invite.
Maybe he's busy. Something impromptu.
Yeah, because he's not even read my message. Okay, so let's get back to this story. I'm sorry, I wanted to give Michael a chance to update us because I've been curious what's going on with you. But I do know that we got to squeeze in two really dense episodes because there's a lot of shit going on with this show.
Oh yeah.
So it's packed. It's jam-packed.
Every episode raises more questions, and we don't really get answers. I mean, we do get some, but so many more new questions.
Really want to catch the show.
And look, I don't want to say that Enema is obsessive, but if you saw her notes, you would be terrified. It looks like the scribblings of a serial killer.
Hey, I can hear you, idiot.
Oh. So let's get back. Oh, what? What about Mad Mardigan?
The scribblings.
I think he's comparing Dork to Matt.
Oh, yeah. Matt Bartigan's on his own time. Look,
Yeah,
man,
then he
that
just
guy
posted that
who's in
he's going to be here. So
anybody who's in serious combat got wounded. They get to be on their own time.
Does marriage count?
Okay, are you joining us, Dark Knight? What the fuck?
you
Yeah, he's
showed him
doing
your
it. He's
notes,
on a
Danny.
phone call.
Oh, I'm on phone. Sorry.
Yet you are not allowed to join now. You've had your chance. You not get on.
So I forgot a week where Lingy has gone back to her mom yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. No.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get back into this.
The officer called Franz goes to find the underdeck people who are very upset, as we saw earlier, and he tells Tove that they found Ada and takes her. And of course, Tove is very upset and wants to know what happened, who did this, but they don't have answers. They don't know. And she takes her under deck to her people. We get a very cringy scene between Angel and Kirsta, where Angel touches his face scar and talks about how they all wear masks, and they end up beating each other off. So, yeah, wasn't needed, in my opinion. But there's clearly something going on. We didn't really need to see that. So,
yeah, that was a little too much.
Yeah. The Captain and Mora are on the Prometheus and find that the logbook is gone. And the next thing the captain does is he goes to the captain's cabin and moves the bed, and of course there's a trapdoor under there that leads to a tiled shaft. And he tells her that months ago the fleet of 3 ships in total, so there's one more, was sold to a British investor called Singleton, and it went to dry dock for new communication system and refurbishing. And that's when they must have put those shafts in. And also the triangle that we see is the symbol of the company. So it makes sense that it's everywhere, but it's more than just the company's symbol. That's the feeling you get from there. The boy who had been hiding under the bed comes out with his pyramid. There's a knock on the door, and then the green beetle comes crawling in, and we know that's Daniel's way of opening doors. And of course, he comes in, and he asks the boy, "Have you found it?" And the boy shakes his head, and he picks up the beetle. So one more moment where you're like, "What's this all about?" So much confusion here. Custer goes back under deck to rejoin his people, sees the dead girl, Ada, and he gets very upset and tries to bash a window in for Soul to escape. And Tove, his sister, has to stop him from doing that. He just completely flips. Franz wants to go back up on deck and finds more dead people on the way up and rings the bell. So sets an alarm. Something is seriously going wrong here. Because the people are just like Ada, they're dead without a reason, visible reason. Just everything is sucked out of them, it seems. We jump back to the captain and Mora.
We did know no, this is to go back to the previous episode. We know that Ada died from what's his face?
Daniel.
The guy, Daniel in the trench coat did to her when he goes and said, "Oh, I'm so very sorry."
That's what we know. That's what we know as the viewers. But the people on the ship don't know because they were alone on deck. So.
No, you don't know that. You suppose that.
Yeah.
We don't see the act being committed.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, he sent the beetle for her. She finds the beetle and follows it and ends up meeting Daniel. So
I don't think he sent it for her specifically.
Yeah, she happens to be the one who found it. Yeah.
For random, but because you can see his expression when he sees he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, the people on the ship are completely clueless what's killing them. At least they are at this point. They eventually figure out a reason for themselves that makes sense, seems to make sense.
Hey!
There he is. Hello.
Hey guys. I wish that phone call would have went better, but it's all good. It's it is what it is. I was trying to convince them that it's the you want to get your tax breaks in, your write-offs in before the end of the year. And anyway, I did not close that deal. So continue with whatever you were talking
You're
about.
shamelessly advertising for another podcast again.
No, that was not. No, that was.
You're wearing a podcast shirt. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Sorry. Put some consideration into your wardrobe.
Cover your shame.
Nah, it's fine. Those guys are cool. I like them.
Yeah, there we go. There you go. So it's just the
I
Golden
beat
Knights.
Brian's ass on TOS.
Oh no, Brian's great. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Brian and Shane are great.
They are.
But anyway, I've been editing. The only reason, so I woke up at like 3 in the morning, my time, Pacific, whatever that is, your guys' time. And I've been editing the video. So we shot on Tuesday, which
2 days ago.
Thank you. And I've been editing it, and again, I'm like 8 minutes shy. So, hey, I wanted to throw this idea by you guys, if you don't mind. I was thinking to fill up the other 8 minutes, I might do like a blooper reel type thing, where it's like shit I cut out from the previous, like from all the shows. And it's like us like being stupid or like messing up, like a blooper reel. What do you think? Do you think that'll be funny or good or no? Or
depends on how
Sure,
the jokes are.
Fair enough. All right. Well, anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt. Back to your 1899.
Are you watching it?
No.
You need to.
Yeah, you should.
Is this the Harrison Ford show or is this something?
No, that's 1923.
1923.
This is
okay.
This is by the same people that made the German series Dark. But it's in English mostly. But the parts that aren't are subtitled.
Well, hey, I will just.
Actually, it's not mostly in English. There's a lot
I'll
of
just
German.
sit back and enjoy
Watching
the
the
ride,
subtitles.
and then I'm here if you guys want me to, interject or promote my wrestling show, dude. Oh my God, I'm not gonna say what it is, but Gerry, I can't thank you enough for introducing me to Bill. Bill's been texting me a lot.
I don't even think he's here.
Bill's been texting me a lot, and okay, sorry, Krampus.
Oh my
It's
God!
fine, Krampus. I got this. It's okay.
Don't be shy. We need your eye candy, man. Come on.
Okay, so Bill hit me up with I've mentioned this before. I'm actually personal friends with Rob Van Dam, and I was planning on having him be our first big guest. But Bill hit me up 2 days ago, and then he hit me up again last night, and we talked on the phone and shit. And he's got an even bigger guest that, oh my God, like, so for the first, whatever ends up being the first episode, maybe the second because we don't know yet, apparently, but whatever, like, hopefully whatever ends up being the first episode of Dork Side of the Ring on KGRA, we are going to have an amazing,
look what your partner is saying here.
Yo, I'm not going to spoil it. No, I'm not spoiling it, Joe.
Well,
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying.
They're just giving little
Text me and let me know who it is. Okay, Danny, let me know who it is.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. Because it's going to be a live show, John. So like when we're live, I need you. When we're not live, I don't because like it's easier to. I can edit and drop it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Guys, I suggest you do this in a production meeting after the show and not.
Okay. Hey, I tried to. You know what? Here you go.
There you go, John.
Continue, Anima.
He needs you so bad.
I wonder why he wanted to be on the panel if he's not watching the show. I'm confused by Danny, as always.
Here's the thing, man. When I said I wanted to be on the panel, you guys weren't even talking about this show. You were talking about other shit. And I guess it was
always do for the first 20 minutes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's your pre.
New.
So look, that's why I'll gladly dip out and I'll be here when you're talking about shit that's got nothing to do with the show. Okay. I love you. Bye.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, let's get back. The captain and Mora are in the engine room, and he shows her
back on the ship.
He opens a panel in the wall and shows her a machine that was built in while the ship was on dry dock. It's supposed to measure the steam pressure and send signals to the bridge. And over on the Kerberos, it never worked. So maybe there's another purpose that he doesn't know. It's really weird. And she asks him how hot the ovens get. And they do get hot enough for cremation. So she's like, yeah, we have to search the ashes for bone fragments and teeth to find out if that's how they disposed of all the people, of all the bodies. And going through the ashes, the captain finds the logbook and takes the passenger list and hides it from her, though. Tells her he hasn't found anything and that they should go back to the Kerberos. Then the scene that you mentioned, John, Ling Yi is back with her mom. And her mom tries to apologize. And Ling Yi has made her mind. The visions that she had about how she killed Mei Mei, they made her determined to go through with the plan, be a prostitute. Kind of the feeling that I get is she does it to punish herself for what she did.
Yeah. She thinks it's penance for what she's done.
Yeah. Because she didn't mean to. She just didn't think that a grown man can take more of the poison than a little girl. So I think that's a mistake she made. She just used the same composition that her mom used for grown-ass men. And that's just an overdose for a girl. We cut to Lucien, the French guy, with very shaky hands, and he's about to take some medicine when Clémence, his wife, comes in. So he drops it and tells her he's going for some fresh air. And when she asks him, do you want me to come with you? He tells her, no, you stay. And fresh air, of course, means Ling Yi's cabin, where she dances for him. And when she sets about to take off her clothes, he tells her, no, he just wants to stay there. Which, I think she's relieved. But then he goes into a seizure. And he tells her before he's fully in the seizure, don't worry, they never take long. And she just doesn't know what to do, so she crouches down on the floor next to him and just holds his shoulder as he is violently shaking.
A French man turning down the side of a naked body of a woman.
Yes, well, he has performance issues. We saw that in an earlier scene with his wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And also, he probably felt that he was about to go into a seizure. So he's a weird guy with a very dark past, as we learn in the next episode.
I'd say, who turns down a naked body? I mean,
she wasn't naked.
No, she had a kimono.
She could have been.
She was wearing a kimono. That's a difficult piece of clothing, man. That takes some time
what
to
happens
put on
when
and
you
off.
share a country with the French. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Comic Relief Crusader filling in for Gerry. who apparently got lost on the way to more coffee. But
Oh yeah.
one dirty mind
bullshit.
replacing the other.
You do not have to show me your naked body. I'm about to have a seizure. Oh, no. I get over it really soon.
We have a sex scene anyway with Cresta and Angel.
Oh,
That's really weird and cringy.
Yeah.
So I really didn't need more. Also, we see her naked when she's with Mrs. Wilson. So yeah.
Before you continue, Mr. Tickletron has been a member for 14 months. Thank you. And Gerry.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Also, we are almost at the middle of the show.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Oh, we have some time.
Yeah.
I promise I will put on the music.
No,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do the. We are at the middle of the film.
After the music, though.
Yeah, but that's right at 60 minutes. I just wanted to mention we're coming up close because. Yeah.
Oh, we should have done the other thing with Mr. Tickletrunk. Meanwhile, Mr. Tickletrunk has been a member of this channel for 14 months.
Yeah, you can play a video for him, Martin. If you want.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice.
On it.
He's back.
I've been listening to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Gerry, not Gerry, has come back to the show.
Okay, let me play the video.
Play your video.
You don't deserve your family. Who taught Chris to whisper black out of respect for blacks? Me.
Dude, you know what's funny? That's in my, if any of you guys are interested in watching our New Year's Day episode of Dork Side of the Ring, that clip is in it, and it's perfect. Although I really would have loved the Keith meme, where it's like, what does it say? Like, you, sir, are a racist or something like that?
Yeah.
Or,
Bye, Mr. Tickletrunk.
Bye, Tickletrunk.
Bye, Tickletrunk.
Bye, TT. Stop flirting with my mother. Thank you.
And yes, I will use the Quebec.
Oh, Joe, dude. Thank you. You're the best co-pilot I could ever have, man. Like, so we did. I might have said this earlier. So we did a show like for the New Year's Day, and then when Johnny Rock left, like Joe and I were like wired and pumped. We did another like bonus show of just the two of us.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No, I can't do coke, man. I had a heart attack in 20. I used to do coke. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I used to go to schools and talk about my problems with cocaine. But I had a heart attack in 2016, so I don't fuck with. I smoke weed. That's it. That's all I do, boys and girls.
So cocaine was the gateway drug for weed.
Okay. Anyway, continue.
I mean,
Not even doing.
I mean, I guess you could. Sure. Okay.
All right, guys, we go. Come on.
Yeah, I'm trying. This is hard.
That's what she said.
Oh, Jesus
Animal
fucking
Computer tries to
Christ.
continue.
I mean, if you're lucky.
Oh my God.
Not if you're
Why
Lucian.
did somebody please remind me why I joined this sausage fest?
It's like, Al.
Because you love me and Gerry more, but because you love at least two of us. That's why.
Peg Bundy moment, please. Hold on, Peg Bundy. Peg
Bundy.
Bundy moment. Hold on. Peg Bundy moment. Al, I want you to take me upstairs and give me 5 minutes of heaven. He goes, what? You want me to do it twice?
Oh my God.
Dude, you guys ever seen The Kings of Comedy with like Cedric the Entertainer and Bernie Mac?
Yep.
I'll never forget Bernie Mac's during his bit. He's like, 3 minutes. That's a heavyweight bout of boxing. 3 minutes. If you can't get yours in 3 minutes, you fresh the fuck out of luck with me. I always thought that was funny.
Okay, we've reached 60 minutes, guys.
Yep, it is time
not
for.
yet.
It is time for.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the middle of the film.
Do you know how much of a pain in the
Martin, are you
ass?
looking at a different timer?
I'm
Do you-
looking at the timer on the StreamYard.
No. The StreamYard says it's 1.00. Now it's one. Like, no, they were perfect on that. You know what's hard is when you're editing a video and you put the middle that clip in, like I did for this last video, but then you change stuff and you have to move it and it doesn't fit. So like, I have that clip in the video I edited, but it's at like a minute and 30 seconds because I just couldn't get it. It didn't work. You know what I mean?
You know what's funnier? When we can continue with the review.
Yeah.
Oh, because I won't shut the fuck up. Okay.
Okay, where are we?
Captain and Mara are back on the ship, and he tells her to tell nobody that they went over there again.
Right.
The officer Vance tells the first mate about the dead bodies and that he needs to take command because the captain clearly has lost his mind and things are going wrong. And the first mate doesn't want to go against the captain.
Yeah.
So Vance goes under deck to the angry underdeck people and sparks a rebellion, starts handing out weapons. So they basically more than half of... Shut up, Danny. More than half of the...
No. Anima, I know you have notes. Can you pause for a second, or you want me to let you finish your thought? I have a question for Gary, but I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, ask away.
Gary, what are you eating, bro? Because you're like really doing it for me. And I got to know what that is.
I'm eating keto. I'm having ham.
Ham? Just ham? Just straight ham? Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead, Anima. My bad.
We don't know the sexual orientation of the pig.
Or if
I will tell you what it is. It's straight to my mouth.
Crazy.
So it identifies.
Good. We know that.
Ow.
So mutiny started. A big number of people are now armed and very intent on making the captain turn the ship around and leave the Prometheus behind or sink it. They catch Oleg, who tries to sneak off to warn the captain. They beat him up and throw him into the brig together with Cheryl. Angel sees the armed people, the rebellion people,
right.
And he goes to tell Ramiro because he's very excited. Yeah, these mates, we're going to New York. Everything's good. And Ramiro has found a sketch that he did of Cresta and is jealous, like a wife, basically.
Right.
And he starts blaming the whole situation on Angel. Like, it's your fault we're here. I killed a man, and that's also your fault. You promised to change. And Angel just looks at him and says, you can't change the nature of things. And yes. Danny?
First of all, whose cat was that? That was loud.
That's Amelia.
That's your cat?
She's going into Rocket Kitty mode.
Is she in heat? Like that's crazy.
She can't be. She's been fixed at 6 months.
Oh, so hey, I'm not hip. I don't have control to put the chat up, but Monkey G or Krampus Jeebus, Dickwad Jeebus, he says Dork is Kanye West. I'm let you finish. Can somebody? Wow. Okay. I don't know what the fuck that means, but those of you laughing do. Can you guys explain this to me, please?
Nope. Too much time.
Yeah, it'll take too long.
We're doing right now.
Okay, fine. If you're not willing to do it on air, can somebody like text me or DM me what the fuck that means? Because I have no idea.
It means what you're
We
doing
can
right
talk
now.
about this after the show.
Fine.
Yeah, after show.
Because I really want to do the fourth
it means
episode too,
Kanye
because it's
is
so
Kanye.
fucking cool.
I don't think we have time.
I think we do because it's not as packed as the third one. I think I can get through it on time. If you let me, that is.
All right, baby, go for it.
Do it. Do it now.
Yeah.
Teddy.
I'm trying. Ramiro leaves to warn the captain about the rebellion, to do the right thing, as he says. We see the captain closing the trapdoor in his... What? That was weird. We see the captain closing the trapdoor and putting the bed back over it, and he unfolds the passenger list, and Mara's name is on there.
Yep.
How is that possible?
In fact, if you pause it like we did, you can see there are more names.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, yeah.
It's basically, it's the copy of the Cabal's passenger list.
It's the exact same people.
Yeah. Daniel wants to talk to Mora about the captain and calls him a madman. And what I mentioned earlier, Mora understands why his judgment is clouded after what happened to him. That's when the rebellion people come by, and Daniel tells her to go to her cabin and lock herself in. Ramiro finds the captain and tries to warn him, but it's too late. They are already on them. And Tove tells him, we're turning the ship around. And they take the captain away to lock him up. And the last scene is Daniel opening a panel to the exact same machine that the captain showed her over on the Prometheus. And he has a device in his hand. It looks like this game where you have to push around things to...
Yeah, this is one of the craziest moments right here.
Yeah. Because he does stuff with this device in his hand.
Can I describe it? Can I describe it? It's like one of those... Remember when back in the 80s, there was this...
Shut up.
You get these little plastic square puzzles.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That you would slide to try to...
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, but it's all triangle shapes.
No, it's round.
Oh, I thought there were triangles on there.
No, the keys are round, but they have a triangle.
They have triangles on, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's just pushing around these things, and the machine is activated, lights up, and the next thing we see is the Prometheus disappearing.
Poof.
Like,
out of the ocean.
Actually, it's the other way around.
It's the Caribus that disappears.
The Caribus teleports.
That's what we find out in the next episode, yeah. But it looks like the Prometheus disappears.
Well, you know it is because the Prometheus is on the left.
Yeah.
And the Caribus is on the right. Because they're towing. They've been towing it.
Above the Caribus, the Prometheus disappears.
Oh, yeah, then it is the Cabal's that disappears.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the Caribus zaps out of reality, or that reality. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shut up, you crazy cat.
Before Anima takes on the next episode, I'm going to share with you at that moment, when obviously I haven't seen the whole show, but at that moment I was telling to my wife, that's starting to look like a video game.
Yeah.
Which is the whole thing I said.
Absolutely
it's a
solidifies
virtual world. I believe it's a virtual
Matrix
world.
thing.
You have spawn points. You have
non-playable characters. The ones that are dead, I
Dude,
believe are non-playable characters.
Kanye West is a fucking asshole. I just what? No, you guys sent me. I had three different.
Drop it, please.
Three. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Kanye's out now. Kanye's gonna Kanye.
So, the beginning of the next episode.
We are, of course, in a /nightmare. This time it's Jerome. He's in the desert together with Lucien, the French guy. They're obviously in the Legion, but they've been deserted. There's a dead officer, and Lucien wants to desert and just put on the dead guy's uniform and pretend to be a wounded lieutenant, and Jerome saved his life. And Jerome isn't having it because he doesn't want to be a deserter. So Lucien pretends to go along with his plan to wait for the rations that are apparently on the way. But he just turns around and knocks him out cold. And that's when he wakes up, Jerome, and finds that Ramiro and the captain are also there in the where he's locked up. That's when Officer Franz comes in for Oleg and Jerome, because they need them to throw all the dead people overboard. And there's a huge pile of dead people on deck. Also,
was it like a pile as big as like Resident Evil Alice pile of dead bodies, or about the same, or?
It's a lot of dead people.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like not just 10 or so more.
Right.
Because they die fast now. The officers are on the bridge and discussing because the Prometheus is gone and they can't find it. And that's when they figure out that their position has changed, apparently, to back where they've been 3 days ago, because the ship isn't pointing east anymore. It's pointing west without having been turned, because they would have felt that.
And the compasses are working again.
And the compasses are working again, yes. So they give command to power up the engines and go for New York. The first mate, the rebellion people are holding the first mate because he didn't want to be part of the mutiny. So he's a prisoner now too. And he tells them about the message, sink ship. And he also sets them up about the boy because ever since he came on the ship, people started dying. So the people figure out, okay, he must be the reason why this is happening and we need to get rid of him. So they go after the boy because they know, or at least the first mate knows that he is in Mora's cabin. Another group of rebellion people is locking up the passengers in their cabins, but Mora sneaks out. She wants to see the captain and gets caught, of course. Jerome has a vision again of the dead soldier when he touches one of the dead people that they have to throw overboard, which kind of sets him up because he tries to make a run after that. Well, he actually successfully runs and he hides in the French people cabin and wants to free the captain, and Clémence agrees to go with him. In the meantime, before that, I'm sorry, I forgot one scene, because Clémence has found the vial of the medicine that he dropped when she came in. And she now questions him about where he was last night and what that vial is. And he tells her that this is supposed to help with his seizures that she has no idea about, which is weird because they are married. So, and he opens a drawer.
And that's what impacts his performance.
Yeah, it seems to be. But he blames it on her.
Says.
Asshole.
Yeah.
And he accuses her, you don't give a shit about if I live or die. So that's clearly an arrangement of some sorts there and not a marriage. And he wants to light a cigarette to calm his nerves and opens a drawer and finds the medal that Jerome placed in an earlier episode. And this completely throws him off. Why is this here? How did you get it? And she says, I don't know. I found it. I figured it was yours. Not you as well. Shut up. That was Loki saying hi to you, Martin.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Loki was saying hi to you.
Oh, my boy.
Tove and her father are talking, and we find out that it's not the priest, it's not the driving force in this religious congregation or whatever they are. It's the mother, because she thinks she's talking to God, and she's a fanatic. We also see her take a leading role in the mutiny. And she calls the boy a devil. So she's the head of the group that's going for the boy to throw him overboard. Mora is brought to her cabin and they look for the boy. He's not there. They lock her up and they leave, and she hears a knocking. So she goes to her bed, drags her bed from the wall, and there's a trap door, and she opens it, and the boy's hiding in there with his pyramid. Then we see Daniel activating the machine with his device again. And I don't remember. We don't get anything else, I think, just that. From that.
I think he's trying to stop something from happening.
Yeah. I don't think we get a... Yeah. I don't think we got a reason for that, why he's doing that yet. The search for the boy is fully on now. Hi, Keely. because to the people, the boy is the reason why people are dying, and they have 5 days until New York to fix the situation. The sooner the better, because they want to believe that as soon as the boy is gone, people will stop dying. And when they search Angel's, the Spanish guy's cabin, one of the guys wants to take a watch, a pocket watch. And Angel calls Cresta by his name and says, Cresta, stop him. And the mother looks between those two and asks Cresta, why does he know your name? And figures out that there's something going on between them, and is apparently homophobic, because she says to her son's face, I wish he would have taken you and not your sister. Which really upsets Cresta, of course. And Angel tries to keep him behind when they leave, but he just spits in his face and leaves.
All just a show for the mother.
Yeah.
There's something up with the mother that
she's a lunatic.
I think she is going to be, well, she's a villain. I think she's a kind of villain.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to interrupt. I have a question for you later, though.
Okay. Keep going, babe.
Mara.
Really good.
Mara still tries to keep the boy, to get the boy talking. She wants to find out what happened. What is happening here? You know that. Tell me. But he's still silent. But he has that beetle. So he opens the door. And they follow the beetle. And the beetle leads them to... No, later. They follow the beetle. Jerome and Clemence run into Captain and Ramiro, who have managed to escape. And their plan is to get to a lifeboat and get over to the Prometheus to take refuge there. They don't know yet that it's gone. Although they are on deck, so they should see it, actually.
Yeah, at this point, they should be able to see it even with a little fog.
So, yeah, that was weird about that scene. That's when the boy and Mara run into them, because the beetle led them to the captain and his people. But Cresta sees them, and he leads the rebellion people to them. And they say they just want the boy. And of course, Mara is hiding the boy and tries to protect him. But the boy just goes over to the mad woman with her rifle. That lady is crazy. He just goes over there. Jerome tries to stop him and gets shot in the arm. And as he passes out, he has a vision again of Lucia, who has locked him up back in the desert. Locked him into a cage of some sort. And he's dressed up in that dead officer's uniform. And gives him the medal. So that's how he got it. And that's how I think... Lucien figures out that Jerome is there, because he's not surprised when he sees him later. So we finally get payoff for why is Jerome hiding this medal in the French guy's cabin. Now we know. At least one answer given. He wakes up alone on deck, and he goes to find his people, basically. Knocks out the guards and tells the people that they need... the captain and everybody, they have the boy and we need to stop them. So he frees them and they go on deck, where the rebellion people are very close. The Dutch mother, actually, is very close to throwing the boy overboard, and a huge fight starts between the mutiny guys and the captains, people who are still loyal to him. And in that fight, we see Mara stare at the Dutch mom, and she tries to get to her, because she's at the rails with the boy, about to throw him overboard. Mara desperately tries to fight her way across all the fighting people, but she's late. The crazy woman throws the boy overboard. And Mara
the boy just lets it happen.
Yeah, he lets it happen. He isn't even fighting. It's like he knows that it's coming and there's nothing he can do, so he's just having it. Just staring. And Mara freezes. So Daniel has to slap her out of it. And in the middle of the fight, Jerome finds Clemence and they hug, and that's when Lucien spots them. And he has him at gunpoint and asks him, "Why are you here? How did you get here? What are you doing?" And with my wife at that. At that point, the captain calls off the fight and the groups separate. The captain and his people retreat to the dining hall where they treat their wounded, and the mutiny people regroup under deck. And the captain pulls Mara aside and shows her the passenger list with her name on it and asks her, "How is this even possible? What is happening here?" And at that moment, everybody is silent, like dead silent. And they stare at the cabinet, the same cabinet that they found the boy in on the other ship, on the Prometheus. And all of a sudden, there's a light inside, and the door opens, and the boy with his pyramid comes out and goes over to Mara and hugs her. And that end scene was like, what the fuck? He just respawned. Like,
we got to remember that's the exact cabinet he was found in on the.
I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at something.
That's it. Look at that. It's an hour 21 in, and we got both episodes in.
I told you I can't do it because the fourth episode is like there's not half as much stuff in it as in the third.
There's a lot to unpack in episode 3.
Yeah, it took me like 2 hours to get to that one.
Yeah,
so intense.
Yeah, another thing I noticed is when they had locked the cabinet, it was the exact same implement they used on the Prometheus that he undid. So they used the exact whatever tool it was that they locked him in with, that he was locked in with on the Prometheus, was the exact same tool that they used.
It looked like a Jimmy bar, you know.
Something.
Yeah. That's right.
And it was in the exact same position. So I'm like, okay. It was at this point I realized that, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
Things seem to be repeating a lot.
Yeah. And well, I got a lot of confirmation when he got the manifest.
Yeah.
When he got the manifest, a lot of what I was thinking was like, yes, this is what's going on.
Yeah, but what I can't understand is why didn't he take the whole logbook? Why just the passenger list?
I think that it's a virtual world that was created specifically for Mara. I think this thing was created for Mara. I think Mara is the central either antagonist or protagonist, but I suspect antagonist. And that her husband and the boy are not part of the manifest means something's going wrong in the real world. I think they've hacked in or something.
Well, the next episode explains a lot.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, so I'm really curious.
We can watch it together, Gerry.
Am I hitting on anything with what I'm talking about, John?
Yeah. You'll find out it's more than just Mara, though.
I think it has something to do with the boy. I think the boy is the central problem plot. The problem in the plot. I think we don't know it yet, but I suspect that as a writer, that's where they're going to go. There's something up with the boy. Why isn't he talking? Something's up with him.
Something's broken.
Yeah. And I think it's something dealing with the real world. And this whole thing has been created to deal with that problem. And things aren't going right. And I do believe
he does speak in the
her
next
dad.
episode.
I think her dad is the guy that's running the program.
Yes, and that is her dad.
Yeah. The one who's always observing.
And this is just what I picked up from. I think it's why they didn't show him in the beginning. He was silhouette.
Yeah.
Now I say that he's the puppet master, but I don't think he's actually the true puppet master. I think she's going to play a major part in this that I don't know. It could be a trust issue. It could be something she did in the real world, but she's a problem. The boy is the thing they're trying to deal with, and she's a problem, a cog in the wheel.
Could be, yeah. And I mean, she gives confirmation on her dad being the puppet master when she tells the boy about the night where she thought she was lost in the wood, and her dad afterwards told her he was watching the whole time.
Yeah. So there's more going on here. I think that this is a series of fucking tests. And the weird thing, when you're in a virtual world, you may not be in real world time. Like you leave the virtual world, come back, weeks may have gone by.
Penny, there's nothing you need to watch before 1899. It's its own standalone thing.
Absolutely. If you want to watch their previous series, which was about how time is looped, that's Darkness or Dark. Yeah. Same production company, same group of creators. And I just didn't like season 3. Season 1 and 2, woo! Ooh, it was like a roller coaster ride, I'm telling you. Oh boy. I had my hands up and everything going, woo! Anyway.
Another thing that is interesting is, why is Daniel in control of things with his device?
What are you talking?
Yeah,
whoa,
really interesting.
I'm not controlling anything. What are you talking about?
Not you.
Okay, so Daniel is a character in the story.
Yeah.
And so he's using this device. He's the one who teleported him.
Yeah.
If you can call it teleporting. I think it's just leaving one lobby, going to another lobby.
He's not the only one with one of those devices either.
Oh, so we're okay.
Okay.
All right. Don't give no more away. Give no more away.
I'm not getting. Yeah.
We'll watch more today. But thoroughly, I'm really enjoying this show. There's a mystery, and I like it. And this is the problem with JJ. JJ loves to talk about the mystery box, but doesn't know how to actually set up a mystery. It's like, why would you create an idea called the mystery box and then not use it properly? He does not know how to write mysteries or thrillers. The best thing he's done to date, absolute best thing he's done, was, what was it, Mission Impossible 4? The Mission Impossible he wrote and directed? That was really fucking good.
Yeah.
One of the best things he ever did. And of course, that's what gave him the power now. That's why he ended up with Star Trek.
The first 2 seasons of Lost were good.
Yeah, but the problem with Lost was they knew where they needed to go. The fans figured it out, and they got pissed that the fans figured it out. And this is the problem with mystery boxes. Do you understand that? The problem with the mystery box is people are going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because people like mysteries. So immediately, what do they start doing on Lost? No, that's not what's happening. And then they start changing shit that doesn't make sense. Going in directions that doesn't make any sense. And then people figured out that they're in like purgatory, like in season 2. I think they're in purgatory. No, they're not there. They're in purgatory.
Yeah, they're in purgatory.
They're assholes. JJ's a fucking asshole. Only thing that any of those people did that were good was Mission Impossible 4 and Cloverfield.
Yeah, Cloverfield was good. I like Cloverfield.
Yeah, Cloverfield was good.
It's a great kaiju film. It's like basically, I think JJ, one of them went to Japan, saw a Godzilla film and says, I want to make one of those.
They just could have done with more of the kaiju reveal until the very end.
Yeah. Because my favorite part was the parasites. Those parasites are scary as fuck.
Oh yeah.
I know, right? Just in the subway tunnels, and they're like, creeping along, and the next thing you know,
And then, of course, the anaphylactic reaction to their bites causing people to explode. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my fuck, that's awesome.
Well, and I like the 2 not sequels too.
Well, yeah, like I couldn't stand the TV movie that they made, Cloverfield Paradox. I'm like, first of all, for astronauts, it's really hard for them to get lost in space because they know how to read the stars. So I thought that was stupid. That was the dumbest part of the whole story. And some of the sci-fi is just really junk science, bad science.
Oh, yeah.
I like my science fiction to be either fantasy or built in real science. Arthur C. Clarke kind of stuff, Robert Heinlein kind of stuff, where the science makes sense, where clearly the people that wrote it know some shit about science. Science fantasy, George Lucas, Star Wars, doesn't matter if there's gaseous clouds out in space. It doesn't matter. It doesn't play into the storytelling, the fantasy aspect of an ancient wizard teaching a kid about how to use magic, and then he tried to make it hardcore science by creating metachlorians. I'm like, Jesus Christ, George, don't do that.
Yeah, just stop.
Leave it alone. If metachlorians played in it, you would have, in an important way, you would have talked about that in the first film. Just
Yeah, but you know what? Compared to the Star Wars we have now,
that's not Star Wars. We don't.
I know. No, I totally 100% agree, but it's pretty tame by what George was trying to do in the prequels with midichlorians and stuff.
And I don't consider it a mystery.
Let's put it that way.
Jeebus, I don't consider it a mystery unless you're actually being forced to figure it out as a member of the audience. The thing that sucks for me is like I go to see the movie The Sixth Sense with my boss. God rest his soul, he's dead now. Him and his family. And I leaned over to him, like right when he goes for the basement, when she's not talking to him. He goes for the basement, can't get in. And I leaned over and I go, he's dead. He died in the bed.
That is so evil.
He goes, no. And I went, he's dead. He can't get in because it's blocked or locked. And he's a ghost. He doesn't know he's dead. And at the end, Craig was like, how did you figure that out? I said, it was just pure logic.
Yeah.
If you know story structure, I understood where he was going with this. I knew where he was going. And my problem with him is he has the same problem. M. Night Shyamalan has the same problem JJ has, that he keeps going to the same devices. Stop it. Stop.
Everything's a twist.
Not
with
every film has to be a Twilight Zone episode. Just tell a fucking straight story. Stop doing the twist at the end. So what I was thinking was going on, it's something else. Once you reveal that that's how you do things, everybody expects it. And once people start expecting it, it's not fun anymore.
Exactly. You're not going to grow as a director or a producer if you don't, challenge yourself a bit more. Because it's
Boosh,
the same
old
all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Boosh, man, fuck you, dude.
Although challenge your audience a little bit. Don't feed them the same shit all the time. Just dress up a little bit.
Exactly. Because it's to the point where I'm watching a movie or watching a show, it's like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Oh yeah, it was that guy that did it. It's all the same now.
Actually, I got into a fight with my brothers over The Sixth Sense. And my stepdad had to intervene, and he took the VHS tape from us, and we had to wait a week until we got it back and could finish it. And I was right at the end. My brothers.
And one of the things I didn't catch at the beginning, but caught later in my second viewing was the whole red thing. That whenever you saw red, you were going to see a ghost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of liked it, but at the same time, again, I'm not a fan of devices. I don't like devices. Devices can be distracting to the greater story. And this is my problem with M. Night Shyamalan is he focuses more on devices like J.J. Abrams than the story. That's why when he had his comeback, the one where the kids go visit grandma and grandpa, that's a fucking good movie. Yes, there's a twist at the end, but I did not anticipate that happening.
Talking about older or old?
No, I'm talking about the movie he did in the interim when he was basically not able to get any work. He had been blacklisted because of Avatar or whatever that movie is called that he did, Last Airbender. You know, he kind of got blacklisted for that. And I thought it was wrong, but at the same time, you know, he has a really bad history of doing the same kind of plot of build up, build up, build up. Oh, everything I've been watching is not what I thought it was. Whoop-de shit.
So that's what I liked about Split and Glass. They were fairly straightforward.
Split, I love Unbreakable. It's one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
I love Split. I did not like Glass. Glass was a huge letdown. You know, it's like, look, I'm going to make a kaiju film, and you're never going to get to see them really fight the giant kaiju. That's what he did.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to this build up for nothing. It's like, okay, fuck you. I could have not paid for that. Thank you.
Well, then I'm glad I never watched it yet. So,
you know, it's a build up for nothing. Not a fan of Glass. Love Split. Split was a clever film. And the final scene, the additional scene, was the connection to Unbreakable, which is you see David, I think his name is, the main character from Unbreakable, is sitting in the cafe as the two girls are talking about what's on TV. And I'm like, oh, shit, going to build up to a big fight. And I got goosebumps even talking about it. And then I saw the sequel, and I'm like, oh, this wasn't worth anything. This is, oh. So, yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, he has hit and misses. His best stuff is The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. What was that other one he did that I liked?
Sax is here.
The one with visiting grandma. Let me go see that one. M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. The Visit.
Signed
2015.
I didn't see that one.
The Visit, absolutely very enjoyable. About a mother who sends her kids to go spend the holidays with grandma and grandpa. And they're told immediately, stay in your rooms at night, don't come out. When because grandma gets up and she's weird. And so they start witnessing shit. And grandma is fucking crazy. Is she possessed? Some weird shit's happening. But it's a classic Hammer film twist. That's what I liked about it. It's actually something you would get from a classic Hammer film, one of their little anthological stories.
Yeah.
You know, I fucking love it, man, because grandma and grandpa aren't grandma and grandpa. They're dead and buried under the house. These are two crazy people who escaped an asylum.
Ooh.
The kids have never met them, so they don't fucking know. Oh my God. It is a classic Hammer film. And anybody who's a Hammer fan will know what I'm talking about, especially if you watch any of the classic Hammer anthological films that were multi-stories.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that film was. That film felt like absolute Hammer quality stuff. I really enjoyed it, and I thought, there, M. Night Shyamalan's getting his game back. There you go, baby. And then he makes fucking Glass, and then I was like, I just wanted to throw a drink in his face, you cocksucker. I believed in you. I put my faith in you, you know.
Madre mia.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, Hammer time. So, did anybody else watch that movie at all? The Visit?
No.
It's in the trailer where the daughter is being shoved into an oven like Hansel and Gretel. It's one of the great moments in the trailer that when you see it in the movie is like, holy shit.
Huh.
They are fucking nuts, grandma and grandpa.
Or not grandma, not grandpa.
Yep, that's that is the twist, is that they're not just crazy. They're not, they suffer from that old folks thing that it's like lunacy. I used to work in nursing homes as a nurse, and full moons, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I worked Alzheimer units. That was my specialty, was working with Alzheimer patients. And
same here,
man, full moon. And everybody was up at like 1:00 in the morning, wandering the halls. Difficult to wrangle.
No.
Yeah. This is where roping skills would have probably helped me.
Oh my God, Gary.
I use the word
Trying to
wrangle.
work out
It
the
made me think of
rodeo
that.
clown.
By the
out
way, we have a breach.
Oh, already? Near the end of the show?
Yeah, I
All
can't
the way through
believe
the
it's
show?
taken so long. Jeebus, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, come on, man.
Open your back door, baby. Loosen your hinges, I'll show you my key.
There we go. But Mike, are you back? Are you going to start joining us again? What's going on?
Yeah, sure, totally, and for joining you guys. So, in order to keep the store going, basically, what's going to end up happening is, until this whole place is self-sustaining, I'm still working at, the plant where I'm working at now, but I'm working weekends, right? 12-hour shifts, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So basically, I'm here Monday to, the occasional
So you
Friday.
can definitely join us Monday through Friday.
Yeah, exactly, right. Except every second and third, or every third and fourth Friday.
Okay, we don't need to go into this much detail, Mike, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to be assistant. My God.
We're going to KGR Radio, right?
Awesome.
Every show is going to KGRA.
Nice.
So we're going to have a broader audience. We're already at 3,000 to 4,000 view listens for the shows on the different platforms. That was reported to us by Bill, our main producer. Our show producer right now is currently Chanel, but I got a feeling we're going to be producing a lot of our own shows because they are not prepared for. They want 7 days a week, but they are not prepared for 7 days a week. From our last meeting, and Danny was there. Martin, you missed the meeting. Anima was there.
I was there, yeah.
And
Actually,
Bill was just sort of like, can you guys produce your own show? Because I don't know how we're going to do this. I said, yeah, we'll be fine.
It's 9 shows. It's 9 shows. That's a lot.
We just got to remember to do at the top of the hour, we got to do that advertisement. And that's why I've been getting into practice of
Hello. Good evening.
That video is to help train my mind to remember to do commercials. Plus, Martine, at 1 minute before the top of the hour, he's supposed to play this song.
There was a little Spanish fling.
That's my music.
Yeah, and you freaked out poor Chanel. I can't believe you did that to her.
I did not do that.
That music Chanel played was awesome.
It was awesome. Well, it's this song.
And it was loud.
Where is it? Maybe it's on the military. I'm going to switch our screens real quick. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Military Monday. Is it under here? No, it's not. It's not under there. Movie night? No, not there. Morning with Keith. Ooh, there is no music under Keith. Keith is no soul.
You think he would?
You would think so.
Yeah.
But, I tell people all the time, he's white on the inside. He's a ho-ho cupcake, really dark brown on the outside.
He's like a light piece of
white
toast,
and creamy on the inside.
Dark on the outside, but white on the inside.
You kill me for this joke. Where's the? Okay, I got to do the card.
You know we are dirty, right?
He's actually in
here we go.
Patron music. You watch.
And that's a face that he made at me when we went to his birthday for his birthday dinner. He turned and looked at me. I snapped the picture, and that's the face he made. And I'm like, yeah, I got to use that. So, yeah, it's we got it done quickly, hon. You did a good job today. Fantastic.
Thank you.
That's the dinner I missed.
We need a cut of that radio show. Come on, we have to get on top of this.
Yeah, I actually need. This is one of the graphics. I need to do this for every one of our shows. KGRA Digital Broadcasting.
KGRA Digital Broadcasting. No, I'll work on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, no.
I was going for a WKRP in Cincinnati.
Gary, if you drop the banner, there's something on this graphic that's messed up.
What graphic?
If you drop the Fantastic Thursday banner. Okay, now it's not. There it is, right there. See on Dork Knight's profile.
Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
He's got a
look like somebody got a little jizz on their card. Digital jizz.
What have you been up to?
6'3". Thanks for asking. We got 15 minutes left. Jesus Christ, the show is dead. Someone stick a fork in it.
I apologize for being too efficient. Today.
Wow, Dead Man Walking. Nice.
Dead Man Walking is here. What's up, dude? Zax is here too. Hey, Zax. What's up?
Zax.
On Saturdays, I like to take a break from the world and go and have a little Zax. Sometimes I like to take a fat Steven Seagal and then wipe my Kyle afterward.
Oh my God, I'm out.
Oh my.
Oh my. Or if you want to do a proper, oh my. There you go.
Oh my.
So yeah, Fantastic Thursday, $18.99. Good show so far. I hope it's going to get better. Anything else we want to talk about for the end of the show?
Well, so far it is getting better and better, and also weirder.
Yeah. Now I've only watched up to episode 5, but like I said, episode 5 is when you'll start getting some answers, or at least hints of answers.
Right. I'm expecting to not really find out a lot of it until the final episode. That's when they should do the major reveals, and then leave a mystery because we got to set up for the next season.
Yeah.
That what you think is the complete answer needs to be only part of the answer. Gerry would figure. Hold on, what did he say here? I figured it out. Gerry would figure out what was happening during a movie or TV show, and some jackass would say, "No, you didn't." So now he spoils it to prove he. Oh, you're talking about that thing, yeah. No, I just if I'm with my friends, I will tell them what I think is going on. I will often just whisper to them, never talk full voice. Although I will tell you, I was hanging out with one of my teacher buddies, elementary school teacher buddy of mine, Jeff, and we went to see the movie The Tooth Fairy. And I leaned over to him. I said, I swear to God, if they arrest this kid and take him back to a jail cell that's in the middle of the room and all the power goes off, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. That's the dumbest thing they could do. And immediately they arrest him, they take him back to their little jail, and there's a jail cell in the middle of the room, the power goes off. I fucking went into hysterical laughter, and everybody got so fucking angry. It's like, it's so stupid. I'm like, this is really bad writing. I'm spoiling it for you. The bad writing.
Oh my God. You. Stop it. You're spoiling it.
Yeah.
Mouth.
Let's see. Hold on. What do you say? I'd figure out some twist and say that after a movie or show, and they would say, "Yeah, you didn't know that. You're just yeah." That's why it's important. If you figure it out early, fucking just say it. And if
that's how we watch stuff. If we both new to something, we just
Anima and I during date nights we were like I think this is where it's going.
Yeah.
And then when he goes there, we're like, I knew it. Oh, we figured it out. Oh.
We would drive everybody crazy who would try to watch something with us because we stop all the time. We talk all the time. Whenever there's something to read, we have to pause so we can read.
See you, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
No, Joe.
And you know what? I don't care. We're going to end the show 10 minutes early. I just, I'm done. And by the way, I want to apologize to Monkey for last night. Don and I are exhausted this week. We both were. We did not want to do after shows. We were too tired.
And I had to jet.
I didn't see. Yeah, everybody just we just all left. We're like, hey, great hanging out. Fuck you. Gotta go. So we didn't do after shows for either the show. We're just too tired, man. The holidays wore us out. So I wanted to let you guys know I'm sorry about that. I should have said something to you, and I forgot to. I was too tired. It's just it. I was like wasted, tired.
No.
Anima and I
Also,
tried to have a date. Like, nah.
It's exhausting to have two live shows in the same day.
Plus, I'm doing all these other things, and it's just like, oh, my brain. So, yep. Everybody. Anybody want to add anything before we go?
My wife.
I like your
gave me a green
background
screen for Christmas.
Mike. I like your background.
Yeah. This Christmas, my wife gave me a green screen, and I'm gonna have fun with this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
I actually have another green screen, but I haven't put it up in a while, so I'm just not bothering with it.
I got the one that attached to the chair, but it really doesn't work because.
All right, hey. Oh, never mind. I am so excited, Gary. Thank you. I love you, Bill.
Drunk.
And I are like, what's the word I'm looking for? We're just like kindred spirits. Yeah, we're kindred spirits, man. And he's super into wrestling, and he like, oh my god, bro, like the shit he's got lined up is blowing my brain. Like
it is 2 o'clock though, right?
No. He said, no, well, we can talk later, but no, he said, don't worry about it. Keep it at your same time, which is 1 Eastern.
No, 1 Central, 2 Eastern.
No. 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. 2 Eastern. 2 Eastern. 11 my time. He said we didn't have to change it from that. He said,
okay,
that
so
was
2
cool.
to 4 Eastern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Eastern.
but I want all the shows to be uniform, so they broadcast this.
That's fine. All I know is he is so. I'll be back. Sorry.
Can I address something that Bush just said?
It's almost like we're not already. The show's over. We're not even streaming still.
Yeah.
Exactly that. I wouldn't say don't watch it. You can watch it. You can enjoy it. It's nothing I would ever go back to because it did have problems, but it's still fun to watch.
You don't need to watch Wednesday. What are we talking about, Bush? I'm not sure what he's talking about here.
He's saying that you don't need to watch Wednesday because they messed it up. I think it's fun to watch.
Oh, the show Wednesday.
Yeah,
Got you.
What? Did was she talking shit about me? Were you talking shit about me?
Nobody's talking about you, Danny.
Look. You know what? I know I'm your power bottom, but show your face, woman. Don't do this. Don't do this.
No, I'm a Muppet today.
Okay, fine.
All right, so Bush, I kind of agree with you. There were certain things I did like about the show. I mean, I found it relatively entertaining. Anima and I watched it together, but in the end, I had a lot of problems with some of their decision making. The whole thing taking place in the world that was already named as the American school for Harry Potter. Nevermore.
All right, look, I disagree with both of you. Wednesday is an amazing show, but I'm going to shut the fuck up now because this ain't my show.
Yeah, well, I get it. It's like as much as I love Danny, I love him, but I tell him all the time, you are the last person I would go to for a good review on anything that I could rely on.
You know, that's funny. The salty nerds say the same thing.
I know, because Alex, Matt, and Kadish and I all agree that we love Danny, but yeah, we don't. Yeah, he's too much of I love everything, you know, like every fucking cereal. I guarantee you there wasn't a cereal sugar cereal you didn't enjoy as a kid.
Here's the thing. No, I wouldn't say that. This is what I would say. I'm like Kevin Smith in that I don't talk about things I don't like unless somebody makes me. You know what I mean?
And that's what we're about, though. That's what these shows are for, is to warn. I feel that it's important to give honest warnings to people that go in at your own peril. You know, expect. Look, if you're a person like me who is very critical of writing in particular, and a lot of people are like me, because I have a lot of friends that think the same way as me, which is that, you know, I want a story told to me, it's structured in a way that makes sense. It's sort of like this. The biggest rule in writing is follow the theory behind telling a joke. Okay, if you tell a joke out of order, it's not funny. It's not. And so therefore you need it's just like a magic act. You don't do the reveal at the beginning. It's the same process. Doing a magic act follows the same principles. Stories follow the exact same thing. But people who think that stories shouldn't follow that are usually bad writers. And it sort of like falls in line with the whole there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Come on, man. Can I ask you?
Yes, Danny, go to the bathroom.
Yes,
no, I want to.
So basically, the person who just said that there's no such thing as a stupid question is the person who just asked a stupid question. Yes, there are tons of stupid questions. So go ahead, Danny.
Gary, have you seen?
There aren't stupid questions with stupid people.
Shush. That's a wrestling reference. That wasn't me trying to be rude. I've been doing a lot of shows. You know, I'm the Kato Kalin of YouTube. I'm on a bunch of people's shows. And I had to do a bunch. I've done like 8 or 9 like best of, movies for 2022. And I did that before watching. I watched I just recently watched so when people for example, Everything Everywhere Always was one. Moonfall, which was garbage, was one. Like movies I hadn't seen that people had recommended on their top 5. I went and watched, and one of them was. So I'm curious, Gary, have you seen it's a Michael Bay. Oh fuck, what was it called? Ambulance. Ambulance. Have you seen Ambulance?
Hey, take care, D-Bud.
Bye, D-Bud.
Bye.
No, I haven't watched it yet. I told you. I have trouble.
Oh, did I talk to you about this
some of my
already?
PTSD comes from working in the medical field.
Okay, dude,
as a paramedic.
has anybody on
So I
this
have trouble
panel
watching those shows.
seen that movie? No? Okay, so here's the thing. I don't really like Michael Bay movies. And my girl, Cece, she was like, "Oh, hey, my this dude she works with, Steve was telling me to watch this." And I was like, "All right, cool. I don't like Michael Bay. You enjoy it." So I'm sitting here, the TV's over there, right? So I'm working on something, probably a website, I don't remember. And then but it kept catching my attention to the point where I just finally sat down next to her and watched it. And then the funniest part was I was like, "Holy shit. Is this a Michael Bay movie?" And she's like, "I have no idea." And then at the end, when they did the credits, directed by Michael Bay, and I was like, "I knew it!" But it's his best movie ever. Like, I highly recommend Ambulance. It is like one of those sit on
I don't
the
think
edge
it'll
of-
come close to 13 Hours. 13 Hours is, in my opinion, his best film.
Well, dude, no,
it's a true story.
No, and I've seen that. I'm just saying, this movie, I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I was interacting, like yelling at the television. I was really into it. So I would love to get, and if you don't feel that same way, that's fine. I would really love to get your guys' honest feedback on that movie, because
I'll try to watch it, but if I get triggered watching it, get overly emotional.
No, I know, and I feel
don't.
you, and you can tell me that
Don't,
yeah. Well, no, it's so here's the thing. The only part about the EMT part is that the bank robbers. So a cop gets hurt, and they send a ambulance in, but the bank robbers hijack the ambulance, and type
how many
thing.
Explosions were there?
Do what?
How many explosions were there?
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't expect a pop. I didn't expect a pop quiz, bro. I have no idea.
Roughly.
At least, you know what?
What would you do? What would you do?
You know what? Hell, at least one. But like that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know.
Look, I was talking with someone this week. I can't remember who the hell I was talking to, and I said, "Oh, it's Dawn. It was Dawn." I was talking with Dawn this weekend. And I said, look, if they had taken the love triangle out, Pearl Harbor was a good movie.
You know what's
It's
funny?
the
I've
fucking
never
story that ruins the film.
I've never seen that's got Ben Affleck, right? I've never seen Pearl Harbor. I've never seen it. Yeah.
You've got to find a fan edited version has none of the love story in it, and that's a fucking
you see
awesome thing to watch.
that's too much work. I'm good with I've never watched it. You know.
And then after he butchered Transformers, oh god.
No.
Dude, no, that's my thing. That's why.
Danny,
No.
you're so loud.
Sorry.
We all know that Transformers is his best work because each one keeps getting better than the last one.
Dude, I'm telling you,
It's like they put nuts and bolts in a blender and put it on frappe. That's.
And
what
by the way,
all-
Krampus, I watched it too. It was pretty bad.
No.
I enjoyed it for what it was, but it's really bad.
Look, bro.
Martin, you didn't play the music
Comic
again.
Crusader.
2 hours.
Shush, lady.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Munfield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and